Hi, this is Debbie from Kids Around Dogs, and this is my day 2 at Paignton Zoo.
Wow!
I've taken part to this amazing workshop, animal workshop at Paignton Zoo. This is my 3rd time there. I love it. Every time I come back, it feels like home now. It also feels like that opportunity to be on the other side of things, as I normally train dogs myself, or, well, I train the humans to train their dogs. So it's nice to be on the other side, to be the client now. And what's even better is that I get to train different kind of animals. I still love dogs. I still have my preferences, but the opportunity to train lizards, crocodiles, giant tortoises, baboons, meerkats, lemur, goats, pigs, and not just normal pigs, kung pigs, so cute. Anyway, this is day 2 at Paignton Zoo. We did an amazing morning of theory. We got to watch a lot of videos that are taken especially from a London Zoo, possibly because Jim Markey, that is one of probably the leader of what is force feed training in zoos these days, or at least here in England. I've had the honor of working with him on my first workshop in Paignton just over 2 years ago. This time was just Joe, or Joe is like, Joe Mason is incredible. She knows so much, and she's obviously collaborating a lot with Jim Markey. In fact, they brought together the new course that is been approved by BIAZA, where zookeepers can qualify to be effectively animal trainers. It's a fantastic course, and I'm told that hopefully in the future other professionals will be allowed to take this course. And while I'm still, like I said, sticking with training dogs, I'm wondering, maybe I'd like to take this course and see what happens. Don't know. I'm thinking about it. On day 2, lots of theory, lots of videos of why we train in zoos, what is the point, what does it look like, a finished behavior with zoo animals. Now, I know that, I guess anyway, that a lot of people will be curious to see how the whole process works, and why can't maybe member of the public allowed to see these kind of things. And I actually don't think that people realize that while we go and visit zoos and we see the animals, and yes, the animals are most likely very, very used to people just watching them. When they do training, the situation is different. Their attention is different. The environment needs to be good for them to be able to work properly and to learn something new. So it's not just about kind of watching an animal doing something. This is an animal that is learning to offer a certain behavior. For example, opening their mouth so that a vet can look at their teeth and make sure that everything goes well in there. They need to be able to offer, say, their paw, their tail, or something, another part of their body for blood to be drawn. So there is a lot of things that animals needs to learn to do in order for zookeepers to be able to do their work without being invasive in any way, and vets, of course. But there are also other things. For example, with the caiman lizard that I worked with today, we managed to work finally. We wanted that lizard to walk, or to swim rather, from the water into dry land, and then on that bit the zookeepers would carry on the behavior or the training to examine their body, make sure they're healthy and everything, but also at the same time maybe having to take care of other things like cleaning their pond, all that stuff. So there is a lot of reason for the zookeepers to want the lizards to be on dry land on request, so we can cue them to go there, and they'll go there. It is a process with lizard that is going to take like a lot of time, I think, but they'll get there. I think they're still very clever animals. It's just it was very frustrating to see that while we did get to work with the lizard, thank God, it wasn't quite as as exciting maybe as other things. It's just our lizard just could not get the shrimp in his mouth. Literally, the shrimp was right in front of his mouth, and this incredibly talented animal just couldn't get it in. So out of 10 shrimps that we were supposed to be giving him, I think he only ate like 3. And that's only because Amy Gardner, who I was working with at the time, I think she found her calling, and now she knows that in life she's just meant to feed lizards. She's able to do that. It's her special skills, incredible. Meanwhile, there was Susan Moore filming us, but also Susan was also doing some of the work. With the lizard, again, there was Paula McBride and Nikki French. Their lizard, super awesome, you know, yeah, it is what it is. I got to say hi to Spicy, who was a Cuban crocodile I worked with last September, and it was great. She's such a beautiful, beautiful creature. I believe the group that was working with Spicy was Anne Grice, maybe Abby Parker. Not sure who else was in the group now, because obviously I wasn't with them. I think maybe Chris Springle, possibly. And the group with the other crocodile called Lemur, Abby Walsh, Emir Roberg, Teresa Rees, and I don't know who else. Someone else was working with that. It's a bit difficult because we're not all together with the same animal at the time, so you kind of lose a little bit track of things. We also then worked again with Potter, the Kun pig, who I love. I love that guy. He's so clever, like so clever that not only today super easy for him to move. We were moving the target and he was just following it, brilliant, taking the food ever so lovely. And because he was doing so well, we were able to add a cue to the behavior. So every time he was moving towards the target, we would say the word target. We just picked something quite fairly easy that possibly the zookeeper can either keep or just change, because really she just started today. So when they'll work towards that behavior, they can easily just integrate another word in that or a different one. So we worked with Potter, and today was with us his second training session in his whole life, right? He's never done any training before, and the guy was learning the cue word towards targeting. Amazing, just incredible. So really love that guy, really, really do. Obviously, I got to say hello to the goats, Mario, Luigi, and Bowser, because, you know, how can you not? They're super cute and adorable, and I missed them already. And then as I walked a little bit around at lunch, I tried to see some of the other animals. The reality is that once you have gone behind the scene at the zoo, you can't just go back to be not behind the scene. The animals obviously have their own life, you know, they got stuff to do, and they can't just be out for you to see them all the time. So I didn't see many other animals. But a great thing was that I did get to see the sloth, finally. She was up on a tree, being a sloth. Didn't see her face, but she was there. Amazing. I saw some other reptiles and some land tortoises, like normal size, not the giant ones. The giant ones, and again, they were hidden. And yeah, that was it, animal-wise, really. I think it's because it's been so intense, having to fit so much in 2 days. I didn't get to see all the animals, but I enjoyed every minute. It's been an absolute joy. Jo Mason from Educated Animals is absolutely brilliant, and I know she's organizing all this for us, and I really, really appreciated you know, her support and her help. And obviously Paignton Zoo as well. Guys, if you are thinking, should I not go to a zoo? Go to a zoo that is under the BIAZA organization. If you're local to Devon or somewhere nearby anyway, Paignton Zoo is definitely worth a visit. It's brilliant. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and please let me know in the comment, what animal would you have wanted to train? Thank you. Bye bye.
Kids around dogs, we're gonna make it okay.